asking if we were going to record it. Great.
Okay, now I recorded it in the cloud. Or should I have recorded it?
That's good. We can get, I'm sure we can get it.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to watch our language now.
Yeah.
Some of us.
Yeah.
Some of us don't care. I found a nasty coloring book, not of pictures, but of words, for a friend of mine who's going through chemo. And she said, I didn't think you spoke like that. I said, well, I figured at this point in your life, you might need a few words like that.
Good point.
I do hope you have more than this.
I'm happy with however many are here. It will be an experience for whoever is here. We'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll start because we want to honor the time of people who are here.
Yes, that would be good. So Sandy, what cliff are you out on? What beach?
Cape Town in South Africa.
Ah.
This is 18 years ago.
Wow, neat.
Hi, Yona.
Hi there. Hi, Marlon. Hi, everyone.
Hi, y'all.
Hi.
Art. I see Marion and Bill just popped on.
Right.
Here's Gail.
Darlene.
Here comes Darlene. See, I told you people would start popping on closer to 4. Because you don't have to worry about getting the good seats. You know how you get the seats in the back of Temple?
Yeah.
You come early.
And in the middle.
Your choice. So I'll have to get brave one night on a Friday.
Oh, you should come. It's beautiful.
You know, while the weather's still nice and we're outside.
Hi, Bev.
It's about as, you know, we're being as cautious as we can. And I think those who are coming and being outside are feeling comfortable and safe. And I know it's, you know, it's everybody's own comfort level, but come check it out, see how it makes you feel.
Good.
Marlon gives it the thumbs up.
Okay.
And Mickey was there last Friday too. Now he's gone. I don't see him.
Mickey's here.
I don't see him on my screen, but he came last Friday too.
Okay, I'm on the meeting.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yes. I'm going to make you.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to mute everybody. Please mute yourselves. Okay. Let's do it that way.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting two voices.
Jean, I hear you. Jean, do you hear? I hear you. Just everybody, please mute yourselves.
Jane, you're probably on it. It says mute yourself and just come on this to open it up, and you should see some.
There we go.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to okay. So let me give you a little background on this wonderful man that we all know. Did you know he was born in New York and then he left? He ended up graduating from, first of all, your high school. I have it here, Beverly Hills. And then he went on to UCLA. And they let him graduate.
Barely.
So I just feel the only way I can explain it is one word that I learned a long time ago, which is ruach. You have that. And you have that magnetism that when you sing and your eyes light up, you bring the crowd. I just think they just want to sing with you and want to be with you. I could go on and on about you, but unless there's something you want me to make sure that I know, that I let everybody know, besides that you're a sports fanatic.
They all know that.
Kids, and you'll be teaching right after us. This is a great bio.
But you can just toss it because everybody here, we all know each other. So if you want to see my bio, you can go on the website and check it out. But I'm just so happy to be with you all this afternoon and to share a little music and to share a little thought on gratitude. And I just thought we'd start off by just singing. So let this sort of wash over you, and then we'll.
I just want to say one thing.
Sure.
Before I forget, the music is by Tally. She's not here today, but she supplied the music.
Yes. I was going to mention that, but I'm glad that you did. All of the tracks that you'll hear, like when we were in the height of the pandemic on Shabbat services, all of these tracks were lovingly produced by Tali in advance so that I could sing to them. And it's no small feat for an accompanist to sit without a singer present and just sort of try to anticipate what the singer is going to do. So with deep gratitude to my dear colleague and friend, Tali Tadmore, who is not able to be here today. May I suggest to you, may I suggest this is the best part of your life. May I suggest this time is blessed for you. This time is blessed and shining, almost blinding bright. Just turn your head and you'll begin to see the 1,000 reasons that were just beyond your sight. The reason why I suggest to you, why I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a world that's been addressed to you, intended only for your eyes. A secret world, like a treasure chest to you, of private scenes and brilliant dreams that mesmerize. A lover's trusting smile, a tiny baby's hand, the million stars that fill the shining sky at night. And I suggest to you, I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a hope that's been expressed to you, the hope of 7 generations, maybe more. And this is faith that they invest in you to do one better than what was done before. Inside you know, inside you understand, inside you know what's finally yours to set right.
It's not going to be legislation.
Why I suggest
1619 project nationally making it illegal to say that anybody white ever in history was ever beaten. Like that.
This is the best part of your life. This is a song, comes from the west of you, comes from the west, comes from the slowly setting sun. With a request of you
to see how very short the endless day will come. And when they're gone, and when the night descends, oh, we'd give anything for one more hour of light. And I request, this is the best part of your life. Thank you. You guys can do this too. That also means applause in Zoom land. So I wanted to start with this song, May I Suggest, by Susan Werner. May I suggest that it's the best time of your life. And really what we're going to focus on today is the idea of noticing those things in our life that have the potential to make the life that we're living the best for us in the moment that we are in. Some of us in our men's group, we practice a little bit of mindful meditation, and we focus on the idea that this moment right now, whatever that right now is, that is all that we have. And we focus on trying to be as present in that moment. And when we are truly present in that moment, we have the ability to say thank you, to notice all of the things, all of the gifts in our lives, big and small, that we have to be so truly grateful for. And of course, we're focusing on gratitude because literally a week from now, it's like 4 o'clock. So if you do that early Thanksgiving thing, a week from now, we'll probably be sitting down around some kind of a Thanksgiving table to celebrate a secular holiday of gratitude. But really, I think that Thanksgiving is a way more Jewish holiday than we tend to give credit for, because gratitude is an extremely Jewish value, extremely Jewish concept, literally from the moment that we wake up in the morning. The very first thing that one is supposed to say traditionally is Modeh ani lefanecha. And that means I am grateful. Modeh has to do with thanks, gratitude. Ani, I, lefanecha. I am grateful before you, God. Before even basically opening up our eyes, we wake up in the morning, boom. Thank you, God. Thank you for all of the things in my life. And this is a daily ritual. And you'd think it might be enough to just say thank you when you wake up in the morning, but our liturgy takes it further. Our liturgy says that we say thank you. We say modim anachnu lach. We are grateful to you. We're grateful to you, God. We say this in our liturgy 3 times every day. In the morning service, in the shacharit service, in the mincha service, in the afternoon service, and in the Mariv service, the evening service. So 3 times every day. And it's hard to find something in our liturgy that gets repeated so often, including the very first thing when we wake up in the morning. So to me, the idea of gratitude is an extremely Jewish concept. And the next song that I want to share with you is one that you may have heard me sing, or you may have heard Rabbi Cantor Kliger sing this during a Shabbat service. And this is a setting of the prayer, Modim Anachnu Lach, this prayer that we say 3 times a day. This was written by Bob Remstein, who you might remember. He fills in for Tali from time to time, a fantastic pianist and composer. And this is his take on Modim Anachnu Lach. Bear with me, I just have a lot of buttons to press here to get us to the next song. But here we go. Modim anachnu lach, modim anachnu lach, שאתה אדוני אלוהינו לעולם ועד. צור חיינו, מגן אישנו, אתה הוא לדור ודור. צור חיינו, מגן אישנו, אתה הוא לדור ודור. מודים אנחנו לך, מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו לעולם ועד. We thank you for our lives that are in your hand. We thank you for our souls that are in your care. We thank you for the miracles that happen every day. For all of these, we give thanks. Modim anachnu lach, modim anachnu lach, שאתה אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד, לעולם So he focuses, you hear at the end there, he focuses on this phrase, le'olam va'ed. It means forever and forever. The idea is that gratitude never ends, that we always have the ability to find something new. We always have that gratitude deep inside of us, and that the cycle of gratitude should never stop. Le'olam va'ed, forever and forever. So I want to ask you a question, and feel free to put this in the chat either now, right when I ask you the question, or through our afternoon together as the music hits you or moves you. And it's a very simple question, but for what in your life are you grateful for? And let's have the question one be, for what in your life are you grateful for, sort of the big things? And then for what in your life are you grateful, the mundane things, the things that you may not necessarily think of on that first blush. Oh, I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for my partner. I'm grateful for good food. Those are the obvious ones. But I'm grateful that I have the orthopedic lifts in my shoes, so that when I walk around and I've got these, like, somewhat flat feet, that I don't get the plantar fasciitis, so my feet aren't killing me, and I've got these things so I can walk around, that makes my everyday existence a little more comfortable. Not something you might necessarily think of, but if you've ever had foot pain, then you know. So the big things in your life, and then the more mundane things in your life. And if you just put them into the chat. The next song that I'm going to do, also on the theme of gratitude, is I think it's one of the first songs that I ever performed in concert. And it happens to be on the theme of gratitude. It was written by a wonderful cabaret singer and composer named John Bacino. And this song is simply titled Grateful. Sorry, everybody. Here we go. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed. When I remember how I'm blessed, grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks or brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand, but it's not a hand you can see. On the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score in a world that can bring pain. I will still take each chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance whatever stone life may sling. We can moan or we can sing. Oh, grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful. So let's see what's coming in on the chat.
Thank you. We have for what in your life? Oh, that's the question. Mickey says, I'm grateful for the super relationship I have now with my son, especially since we went through several years of mutual misunderstanding. Thank you for sharing that, Mickey. I encourage others of you to put into the chat something that you are feeling particularly grateful for, something big in your life or something sort of mundane. Like I use my example of the orthotics that are in my shoes. So the liturgy, going back to the liturgy for a moment, where it says, Modim anachnu lach, we are grateful to you, we're grateful to God for all of these gifts in our lives. The liturgy then goes on and it sort of suggests certain things that we might be grateful for. But then at the end, it sort of sums it all up by saying Ve'al kulam. Someone needs to mute themselves, please, because we're getting an echo. So I'm not sure who it is, but if you can just take a quick look and make sure that you are muted. Thank you. So at the end of the liturgy, it says Ve'al kulam, which means for all of the gifts, all of the things that we're grateful for. It says, we thank you, God. We praise you, God. It even says that somehow every living being will give thanks and praise. And again, like I mentioned with the Remstein piece, Tamid leolam va'ed, forever and forever and forever. So even if you're not comfortable putting it into the chat, I want you to, during this prayer, I want you to internalize those things in your lives that you have to be so truly, truly grateful for. Let's see, Gail and Murray said something. They just said, we're grateful for 18 months of Zoom Shabbat services that comforted us during the pandemic. Absolutely. And Ron, Carol say, I'm grateful for the presence of my entire family who will finally get together for Thanksgiving this year. Yeah. So this is Ve'al Kulam, for all of the gifts. So think about those things in your lives that you have to be so truly grateful for. And if you're inspired, put it in the chat. And if not, that's fine. Just use it as an intention while we are hearing the music. And when I'm not looking at you directly, it's nothing personal. I'm just looking down here at my phone so I can get the next track up. Here we go, Ve'al Kulam. Ve'al kulam, ve'al kulam, yitbarach ve'yitromam, yitbarach ve'yitromam, shimcha malkeinu tamid leolam va'ed. Ve'al kulam, yitbarach ve'yitromam, yitbarach ve'yitromam, shimcha malkeinu tamid leolam va'ed. V'chol hachayim yoducha sela v'halelu et shimcha be'emet ha'el yeshuateinu ve'ezratenu selah. Ve'al kulam, yitbarach ve'yitromam, yitbarach
ויתרומם שמך מלכנו תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני הטוב שמך, הטוב שמך, ולך נאה נאה להודות. Thank you. So that was Ve'al Kulam. That was written by Cantor Meir Finkelstein. You might recognize his name. He used to be a cantor at Sinai Temple in West Los Angeles, and he is among the luminaries of contemporary Jewish music, and that happens to be one of my very, very favorite pieces that he composed. So everybody is familiar with the words of the Kaddish, right? And the Kaddish, we say it at many different times. Probably most familiar is when we say the Kaddish in terms of the mourner's Kaddish. We say that to remember the memory of those that we love. But there are many other times that we say the Kaddish. And it's interesting, you might have heard this before, that even though the Kaddish is a prayer that is connected most often with mourning, with death, with dying, that when you really look at the language, it's mostly written in Aramaic. When you look at it, it doesn't really say anything about death and dying at all. But instead, it's all about affirming life. It's all about giving praise. It's all about saying thank you. So how do we reconcile that then with the idea that for many of us, this is most familiar at moments of sadness, at moments of memory? I like to think that perhaps what we're meant to learn is that when we're thinking about that person that we care about, and we say these words of Kaddish, these words of praise, these words of affirmation of life, we bring the best of those people that we're thinking about into our hearts, into our minds, and we go on living our lives the way that we know that they would want us to, with the lessons that we have gleaned from our experiences with that person. And that's a way of acknowledging. That's a way of saying thank you. That's a way of saying I'm grateful for the experience that you brought to me, brought to my life. And I can say thank you to God for the gift of that lesson, for the gift of just of you. So this next piece is a contemporary English take on the Chatzi Kaddish, which is just sort of an abbreviated version of the mourner's Kaddish, which is not used at moments of memory, but is used as moments of demarcation in the service. They mark the end of one section and the beginning of another section. So this song is, you've heard it. We haven't done it for a while. I'm not sure exactly why, but you've heard this song before on Friday nights. This song is called Beyond. And there's a refrain that says, let us say amen. And I invite you, when we get to that point in the service, to join along and sing in the amen section together. So this is Beyond by Dan Nichols. Coming right up. You probably recognize this because this is a Tali Tadmor special on the introduction. May your wonder be celebrated. May your name be consecrated. May your brilliance never fade from the magnificent world you made. May your ways prevail in our own day, in our own life, and in the life of all Israel. And let us say, Amen. Let me hear you. And let us say, Amen. May your name receive the same beauty that you bring, though you are far beyond the sweetest song that we could ever sing. And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. Everyone together now. And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. So let's see, we got a couple more additions to our chat. Let's see what we got here. Mark says that he's grateful for our Temple Judea community. And Susan says that she's grateful for beautiful memories of a lifetime of love that Marshall has given me. They are a comfort in coping with loss. And I find strength in what remains behind in his legacy. That is absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you very much for sharing that, Susan. Memories really have a power to lift us and to bring us comfort. So I'm really grateful that you shared that piece. So from an English, more contemporary take on a very traditional prayer, the Kaddish. Next, I want to share with you one of my favorite settings of a psalm text. It's Psalm 118. It was written by, you all know this composer, Debbie Friedman, one of the true greats of the contemporary Jewish world, of the American Jewish world, Jewish music world. And she gave voice to our liturgy in a way that really made it accessible for us to find our own voices in. So I'm grateful to Debbie for what she brought to Jewish music. And this is a text that says, Hodu l'Adonai ki tov ki leolam chasdo. It means give thanks to God, for God is good. Ki leolam chasdo means that God's graciousness will be everlasting. So this is called Hodu l'Adonai. Hodu, and remember in the beginning, I told you that the first word that we say when we wake up, modim, or modeh, hodu, they come from the same root, modim. Also, that's the plural form. We give thanks, modeh, I give thanks. Hodu, the same root. You might know the word todah, also the same root for thanks. So here is Hodu l'Adonai, Debbie Friedman. Coming right up. לעולם חסדו, כי לעולם חסדו. יאמר נא ישראל, כי לעולם חסדו, try it, כי לעולם חסדו, כי לעולם חסדו. יאמרו נא ותהרוג, כי לעולם חסדו, כי לעולם חסדו. Let all who sing God's name now say, Ki leolam chasdo. Give praise to God, for God is good. Ki leolam chasdo. Hodu l'Adonai, ki tov, ki leolam chasdo, ki leolam chasdo. For classical musical lovers and appreciators out there, does that musically remind you of anything? Classical piece. It reminds me of Pachelbel's canon, right? Do you hear it now that I say it? If you go on after our time together and you just YouTube Pachelbel's canon and you just listen to a little bit of it, and you'll have this song in your head and you'll say, oh yeah, there was a definite connection. So clearly Debbie must have been influenced by that beautiful piece. While I was singing, Jerry shared that she's grateful that she lives at a time when there have been few barriers because she is female and there is the ability for us to connect with each other. And those are separate thoughts. Grateful to live at a time when there have been fewer barriers because I'm female, and that there's the ability for us to connect with each other and be part of a community, even during pandemic and quarantine. Amen, Jerry. And Sylvia says, so grateful for family and dear friends who bring love and comfort always. Amen to that. I'm loving all of these things of gratitude. I encourage you. I read somewhere that not only is it important to start your day like our tradition teaches by waking up and saying Modim Anachnu Lach, by saying Modeh Ani, Moda Ani, I'm grateful to you, but end your day with a gratitude list. You know, like that song that I was singing at the beginning, the song Grateful by John Bacino. I go to sleep counting gifts instead of counting sheep. You know, can you make a literal gratitude list? Can you list 5 things that you experience in that day that you are grateful for, and keep a running list as a ritual practice in your life? Studies show that those who practice gratitude and those who are sort of in touch with the elements of your life with which to be that you have to be grateful for, those people tend to be happier people. So are we happy because we're grateful, or are we grateful because we're happy? Maybe yes and, right? But studies definitely show that those of us who take the time to approach life with a sense of gratitude and express it, not just write it down, but express it, live happier lives. So for what that's worth, I share that with you as we come up on this holiday of Thanksgiving, and also on a holiday that is about light, that is about coming out of darkness, that is about appreciating the gifts that we have in our lives. Of course, Hanukkah, and this year
Hanukkah comes super, super early. The only time I can remember it being any earlier was maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, when literally Hanukkah and Thanksgiving were like on the same day, and they were calling it like Thanksgivika or something like that. But this year, we've got Thanksgiving on Thursday, and then the first night of Hanukkah is that Sunday night. So very close on each other. And I wanted to share one of my all-time favorite Hanukkah songs. It's in Ladino, and it's a song that teaches us how to count. Now, if you're not familiar with Ladino, Ladino is sort of the Spanish equivalent of Yiddish. So it blends Spanish and Hebrew together. It's not a spoken language anymore, but this song teaches us how to count at least up to 8 in Ladino, and I'm going to teach you. So some of it will sound very much like Spanish, and some of it won't. So we have una, dos, tres, we know that, cuatro, then not cinco, but cinco. Cinco is 5. So una, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, and then ocho. Ocho candelicas. That's how we say candles. This is a song about, not just about counting the candles, but this is a song that says, Hanukkah, beautiful Hanukkah is here. Hanukkah linda estás aquí. Ocho candelas para mí. 8 candles for me. And then it goes on and it describes what we're going to do on Hanukkah. It says, muchas fiestas vou fazer. I'm going to have a lot of Hanukkah fun, a lot of Hanukkah parties. Con alegrías y placer, with happiness and pleasure. And then we get to the food, because what would a holiday be without good Jewish food? It says los pastelicos vou comer, so little tiny pastries I will eat. Con almendricas, with a little bit of almond, y la miel, and honey. So almond and honey, pastelicos, these were Spanish goodies that would be eaten for the festival. So ocho candelicas. Let's practice counting. Everyone, here we go. Una, dos, tres, cuatro. Now remember, this one's different. Cinco, seis. That's different too. Siete, and then ocho candelicas para mí, for me. Ocho candelicas, ocho candelas para mí. So here we go with ocho candelicas. Coming right up. Where did it go? Okay. Hanukkah linda está aquí, ocho candelas para mí. Hanukkah linda está aquí, ocho candelas para mí. Oh, here we go. Una candelica, dos candelica, tres candelica, cuatro candelicas, cinco candelicas, seis candelicas, siete candelicas, ocho candelas para mí. Muchas fiestas vou fazer, con alendricas y placer. Muchas fiestas vou fazer, con alegrías y placer. Oh, try it with me now. Una candelica, dos candelicas, tres candelicas, cuatro candelicas, cinco candelicas, seis candelicas, siete candelicas,
8 candelas para mí. Los pastelicos voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Los pastelicas voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Oh, everybody give me an oh. Un candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. ¡Ole! That is always a fun one, for sure. So, as we're coming to the end of our time together, and we're now focusing on the Festival of Lights, I want to remind you of one of my favorite teachings that the Baal Shem Tov, one of the great Hasidic masters, says about human beings. Baal Shem Tov says that each one of us has within us a divine light, a divine spark that radiates out into the universe. Sometimes that spark is evident to us, ourselves, and to the people around us, the people that we come into contact with on a regular basis. And sometimes it's not so obvious. But that spark inside of us, it's always there. And it always has the potential to lift not only ourselves out of darkness, but to lift other people out of darkness as well. What in you is that divine spark? What is your, if you would, what is your superpower that you, each one of you, radiates out and shines brightly? How do you allow your light to shine on the others? And what the Baal Shem Tov continues on with, he says that when one person's light finds another person's light, and those two lights come together, they mingle together, they form an even brighter, even more vibrant, even more radiant light out into the universe. So we have to remember two things. One, we've all got that inner light. And two, so does each and every person that we come into contact with. So I shine my light on you, but you shine your light right back to me. And when we do that, we light up the world. We create goodness. We create wholeness. We create energy. And so my prayer to you is that you continue to keep that inner light lit and burning brightly and strong. And when you look into the soul and into the eyes of another person, remember that they've got that light in there too. And if you see that light sort of flickering out, shed more of your light upon them. And watch as their light
begins to grow as well. We all have that power to light each other's darkness. And so to conclude, I'm going to share with you a song called We Are Lights. And this was actually written by, you might not believe this, but this was written by Stephen Schwartz of Broadway fame, of Wicked fame, of Pippin fame. The list goes on and on. But I bet you didn't know that he was also a composer of Jewish music as well. So this is We Are Lights by the brilliant Stephen Schwartz. A lamp that kept on burning, a miracle, they say, but the world has kept on turning. Are there miracles today? Everyone who lights the candle has a bit of ancient spark. We are miracles lighting up the dark. We are lights, lights of memory, remembering times long gone. We are glowing, growing miracles. We are lights, we are lights, we are lights, shining on and on. A row of burning candles shines line upon your face, linking you and me and all of us to a far-off holy place. But the blazing of the candles is not the only light. Look at all of us shining here tonight. We are lights, lights of memory, remembering times long gone. We are glowing, growing miracles. We are lights, we are lights, we are lights, shining on. We are lights, shining on. We are lights, shining on and on. Thank you all so much for inviting me to share a little bit of music of gratitude, a little music of Hanukkah, for allowing us to all spread some light with each other tonight. I would just wish you all the most beautiful, beautiful holiday, whatever it is that that you are doing, both for Hanukkah and for Thanksgiving. You are all lights to me and to this community, and I'm just grateful to get to make music with you. Again, I want to say thank you in absentia to Tali for creating all of these beautiful tracks. As you can see, this is the little speaker that I played it off of, but Tali is deep, deep in there, not just the notes, but her heart goes into every note that she plays, and I know that you can all feel it. I certainly can. And so thank you all very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that last song was perfect, that we just remember we can be lights to to each other and make it a flame, big flame. And you do so much of that work for us. You really do. I so appreciate the fact that you gave us your time.
It was my pleasure and my honor. And I'll look forward to hopefully seeing you all, not in little boxes, but I hope when you're comfortable and ready, I hope to see you back at the temple. Whenever you're ready to come, we will welcome you with open arms and either a virtual hug or a real hug for people who are ready and comfortable to do that. I'm going to have to run because I've got a bar mitzvah student who's waiting for me, but it's wonderful to spend some time with you, and I'll see you all again really, really soon.
Thank you, Yona.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Judy, thank you for bringing us the program.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You know, first of all, we have to thank Rabbi Bloom, because she was the one who suggested it. And I just feel that he has so much spirit and so much of a good soul. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to remember what the Yiddish is for a good soul, but I'm so glad you all came. I really am.
Thank you.
It was good to see some faces we haven't seen in a while as well. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Hanukkah, everyone.
Everybody enjoy your holidays.
Enjoy.
Thank you. You all too. Just enjoy. Take care, everybody. See you soon, whether it's on Zoom in a box or in reality. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.